Just so happens the manager doesn't see him, and so he tells Mark not to stay in the stock room to finish what we're doing. He'll go sack lunches. So the assistant manager going out to stock room. Finally, Mark and I just say, Cookie, we were told to stay back here and get this stuff done because we got to get the stock room cleaned up. We got to get more stock out. And the bells ring. He could be out there sacking. He stood there. Finally, my buddy Mark walked up to me and just went off on him. I mean, he just went off. Cookie made a mistake. How dare you? I'm over here. I know my buddy Mark real well. I'm over here. Mark's standing out in front of me. And my buddy Mark, he went on to play college football. My buddy Mark goes, you don't really mean that, do you? He said, what do you? We're talking forbearance here. He goes, Cookie, you're really joking. You don't really want me to. There you go. Boom! I thought he killed him. Scared him to death. He knocked him cold. He didn't show up for work next week. He never came back. He was two-faced. That's what they do. Number 3, this is for the employer and the employee. Don't manipulate the economy. Listen very carefully. Just like there's a law of gravity, there are economic laws. And you cannot run an economy the way the American government is running the economy.
Amen.
We're in a tailspin. We're in a moral downslide. We're in an economic decay like I've never seen. Anybody that knows me knows I am a positive guy. The glass is always half full, not half empty. My gas tank is always half full. It's not half empty. But I'm telling you something. I'm worried about it.
Amen.
Because the economy and the economics of our country have been manipulated. We cannot continue with things the way they are. And they're guilty of those things. I'm not pointing at any party. I'm pointing at them. My question is, where are the leaders? That's another story. Number 4 is don't climb the ladder. I have pastored men who I knew would walk over, climb over, and hurt and bring false accusation against anybody to go above them and get the job that they want. I know a man in Orange County right now who did that great thing. If I named the corporation, you wouldn't know it because it's over in red. He was in my church for a while. He lasted 6 months with me. Because I watched him pick people in the church the same way. You see, when somebody comes to you constantly, they haven't been in church very long, and they tell you they want to be on the road, my flag, my radar just goes, boop. I don't believe in provincialism, but I believe God will earn your way into leadership. First thing you need to do is you need to prove you're a leader. You need to prove you got values. You need to prove you got integrity. But most of all, in the context of what Paul is saying here, you need to let God promote you and not campaign for the job. You need to be able to say, like Mike Singletary of the San Francisco 49ers, head football coach, a great Christian man, as he said to my buddy Dave Green, who coaches with the Dolphins, if God ain't in it, I will. Let God promote you. You know what happens to men and women who climb the ladder of success? When they get to the top of the ladder, they experience what I like to call destination sickness. They reach their destination and they look down and they go. They're above everybody else and they go, is this all it is? That's why the head of Ground and Root in Houston, Texas, front page of the newspaper back in the 70s or 80s, gets up one morning, goes to the master bathroom. His wife thinks he's getting ready to go to work. No, he's not getting ready to go to work. He goes in there before he gets in the shower. He reaches down, he takes a 44 Magnum out of the drawer. His wife didn't know he had it. all over the front page of Houston Post. You know his problem was? I tell you what the problem was. Destination cities. He was the top of the ladder. And when he looked down, he didn't like those songs. Final thing he says is, don't forget who you are. Don't forget who you are, and don't forget who you're working for. Let me close with this story. I'm done. I always wondered why God just would take one book and stick it in the scriptures here and only have one chapter. And we have the epistles of John, right? They're short. But the one that stands alone in the New Testament, do you know what book it is? Only has one chapter. Who's Philemon? You're exactly right. Philemon. You know who Philemon was? Philemon was a man who had a servant by the name of Onesimus.